Peter, terrific day for the team last Saturday. How did Black Caviar pull up?
Yeah, she's come through it well. She hasn't done a lot since, obviously. Been down, spent a couple of days down the beach and that, but all in all, come through it pretty good.
So she's ready for a next assignment on Saturday against Farlap in the Caulfield Cup?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think we'll have to bypass that and we'll go to the Moir on Cox Plate Day.
And the rest of the team, Kings Rose and Lewinette Forever?
Yep, all good. Kings Rose will head towards Cox Plate, all being well, and Lewinette Forever will go to the Waterford Crystal Mile on his way to the Emirates.
Looking to Saturday, start off in the Norman Robinson, 2 runners from your team, Chieftain Jack and Vituri. First off, Chieftain Jack, still a maiden after 6 starts.
Yeah, both maidens, but both show staying promise. Listen, I don't think we're going to have an overly strong bunch of horses here, so there's a chance they'll both take their place. Chieftain Jack, sort of strong dower on pace type, just sort of keeps grinding away. Vatavai, he'll be sort of back in the ruck, needs a genuine tempo and will be strong late. But Vatavai is probably more a next preparation horse. Chieftain Jack, whether he's got the class, but you know, we're probably going to have a throw at the stumps with both horses.
With Chieftain Jack, do you think the step up to 2,000 will suit him?
Yeah, I think both horses will be ideally suited for the trip. 2,000, they've been looking for it, so not a worry there.
Highly recommended in covenant class run in the Lightweight Australia Stakes over 1,400. Highly recommended coming off the 4th last time behind Collar at Flemington.
Yeah, he raced well there. Probably just wanted the run. Loomed up to win it at about the furlong and ran out of gas. So he's come on a lot. He's a big gross colt. So 1,400 suits him ideal on the way to the Carbine Club. So I expect him to be very competitive Saturday. Coveting class, got away with a soft one first up at Seymour the other day. Did a good job, ridden a little bit quiet and came from the back. He was over-raced at his first prep, so hopefully if he settles on Saturday as he did first up, he can be competitive as well, as he's always shown us the ability to suggest he's up to this class.
Battle of the Court runs in the 1,400 fillies handicap.
Had a soft kill on the provincials and a maiden. There's just no races for these restricted fillies this time of the year, so unfortunately she's going from a Matoa maiden to an open fillies at Caulfield on a Saturday. Bit of a jump, but the filly has got ability, but against that is her lack of experience.
Do you think she can handle that jump?
Oh, listen, class-wise, yes, and in time, but whether she can overcome the experience factor is the issue.
Metonymy runs in the 2,000 metre Ethereal Stakes. What do you make of her form so far?
It's been even, but I think she's really been looking for this trip. She's a Hotel Grand. Pedigree suggests she's going to want this and maybe even a bit further. She surprised us that she was competitive in the sprints early in her career, but I think getting out to this trip on Saturday she'll be really suited and looking forward to give us a positive lead towards the Oaks.
So will she go from this to the Wakeful then?
I would think so, yeah.
Midsummer Music runs in the Caulfield Sprint. She's been a terrific mare.
Been terrific, raced well all winter, had a little bit of a freshen up. Obviously we're taking on a class galloper in Sepoy, but this leads her towards something like the Salinger at Flemington, where she seems very good up the straight, so not expecting her to trouble Sepoy, but if she can run home and fill a place or be just behind the place getters, I'll be more than happy.
How's she come back from that freshen up?
Yeah, very good. Looks in super great order.
And what have you done with her leading up to the race?
Oh, she hasn't done a lot. She's been very fit. She's got the residual fitness of a long preparation, so she hasn't needed much work.
Where do you rate Sepoy as far as the 3-year-olds go?
Oh, he's far and away the best sprinting 3-year-old, so there's no doubt about that at all.
Doubtful Jack and Rathera run in the Betfair Stakes. Doubtful Jack with a return to form at Mornington last time. Yeah,
he found the wet conditions to suit at Mornington the other day, and that's probably what he needs to win at this level these days. You know, if there is any given the ground, you know, genuine dead to slow, he'll be ultra competitive, 1,400, although he does probably save his best form for Flemington. Rathera I thought was good first up the straight. His last 400 was very good. Didn't quite know where he was at his first trip up there, but finished the race off very well. And he's another that needs probably soft ground to be winning at this level. So Doubtful Jack will probably be on or about the speed. Rathera's out the back and strong late. So wet tracks are key to their chances, and if they get a genuine soft surface, they can both run well.
You mentioned the Flemington Carnival with Doubtful Jack. What sort of races could you target there?
Oh, there's a couple of Group 3s listed, and if you happen to win very well, you might have a throw at the stumps in the Emirates. Both he and Rathera are basically on an identical path.
And Rathera's a relative newcomer to the stable. Have you sort of got your head around what sort of horse he is?
Yeah, well, I know him pretty well because he stayed with me last year and he was trained by a good mate of mine, so they just didn't have time to bring him down this year. But no, he settled in well and he knows our routine.
The feature race on Saturday, the Caulfield Cup, you run Macedonian. What do you think of his run on Saturday?
I thought he didn't really have a chance to get into the race. I thought Luke rode him too negative. I would look for him to be more positively ridden on Saturday. And I think the Caulfield Cup's a chance of coming up lighter on quality than the Geelong Cup, where I was initially going to go. So hence the reason he'll take his place here on Saturday. And aside from December draw, you would think it's a pretty even race. So, no, listen, I'm happy with the horse, and I'm going in there with the idea that there'll be more behind him than in front of him on the line.
The 1 week backup, is that a query?
Not with him. Big, tough, mature Zabeel horse, so shouldn't worry us at all.
Will you target the Melbourne Cup with him, or just see how he goes on Saturday?
Let's be form dependent, but that's always in the back of your mind. But he's got to prove that he's up to it.
And finally, Peter, Almond runs in the David Jones Cup over 2,000.
Had a couple of soft runs back on a 10-day backup off a mile at Ballarat the other day, crying out for the 2,000. Might just be a shade quick for him, but this will lead him into something like the Bendigo Cup, where I think he'll be very well suited.
He has won over this course and distance as well.
Yeah, he is a stakes winner over this trip, and stakes and placed in a St Leger, so staying's definitely his forte. He's probably just a half a run behind the game at the moment.
Best from your team on Saturday, Peter?
Oh, listen, very open day, so I couldn't put my finger on one this far out, but happy that they're all in the right races.